Hi guys. Well, any of you watching my channel know that I've done a couple of videos now looking at Xbox backwards compatibility and the ability to play 360 games, or at least some of them. And since I did those videos, we've had quite a few more games come online, and obviously we've also had the ability to buy games from the Xbox One store. So now you can go into the Xbox One store and you can buy 360 games. Now I did do one previous video looking at that and how you can search for 360 games, but you can also browse for them, and I want to look at that a little bit today. But more specifically, I want to look at some of the problems that people are encountering and some of the problems that I'm encountering too. The first one that came up in the comments of the previous videos was that people were having issues with prepaid cards and money they've already got in their Xbox One accounts. So you may have some money in there and you go and buy a 360 game, but it's not taking that money off. And that can be a problem if you haven't got a credit card set up to buy games and you're using prepaid cards. That can cause you problems. And people were saying, well, can you buy games in the Xbox One store? Can you buy 360 games in the Xbox One store using prepaid cards and with money you already have on your account? And I did a little bit looking into this, and well, I'll show you what happens. It seems that no, you can't, basically. That's the short answer. But let's show you what happens. If you look at here, I've gone into payment and billing via settings. And if we go right across to the far right hand side, once it loads, you'll see that I've got $5 won't go into why I've got $5 and I've got 10.99 in UK pounds. So there's some money in my account. But what happens if I go in and buy a 360 game? Well, let's go and find a 360 game. I could go in and I could search for a game, or I can go into browse games, and this is the other way that you can find 360 games. And you go down, it's somewhere near the bottom. Nope, backwards compatibility. Sorry, it was glitching a bit there, and this is one of the issues that you'll encounter trying to use the Xbox One store. If you're anything like me, I find it can be really clunky, and sometimes it kicks me back to the desktop as well. But anyway, we're into backwards compatible games now, and I want to go into show all. And as you can see, that's taking its time. Right, so I want to buy a game, and the game I'm going to buy today is Wolfenstein, or it will be when I can get down to the bottom. This is not me, this is the Xbox taking its time. There you go, it's finally gone down, and it's finally loaded the thumbnails. And there's Wolfenstein 3D. Well, I've played that loads of times in the past, but I haven't got it on the Xbox, so let's go in and have a look at that. And you'll get into here, and it'll say see price. So if you click on see price, it should eventually load up and show you how much it costs. There you go. And I've had a couple of people mention that when they hit continue, they were having glitches and issues. Now, I'm going to hit continue in a minute and hopefully it should work fine. But if you are encountering problems, what you might find useful, it's the sort of generic answers really. Try resetting your router, try resetting the Xbox. If you hold the Xbox power button down for, I think it's about 10 seconds, it will shut itself down and you'll be able to do a cold reboot. So when you turn it back on again, it will reset itself. The other way of doing that will be to pull the power lead out at the back. Make sure it's not downloading stuff at the time, it could cause you some issues. But if you do that, you may find it will solve the problem. The other issue that may be there is it may be to do with the fact that you haven't got a credit card or whatever, and I'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. With the prepaid cards, obviously, if you're trying to use a prepaid card and that's not working and you haven't got a credit card associated with your account, then it's not going to let you buy the game. So let's go in and see what happens when I try and buy the game. It's $3.39. So you would expect that money to come off my account. So we go in here and we'll confirm, and it'll buy Wolfenstein 3D. things I do for you guys. I've bought 3 games today trying to do this video, and the problems the Xbox has caused me. Right, so it's done. So that is now looking to download. But if we go out of here, back to the desktop, and we go across, and we go into settings again, and down to payment and billing, you would expect that money to come off. So let's go and see if it has. And no, if you remember, I had $5 before and $10.99 before. So it's not taking any of the money that's already in my Microsoft account. It's taking money from one of my credit cards that you can see here, or at least you can partially see here, because I don't want you guys nicking my details. But yeah, it's not taking that money. So what you're going to find is, if you haven't got a credit card set up for your Xbox account, then it's not going to let you download Xbox 360 games. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is at the moment, and whether Microsoft are going to get around to sorting it out or not, I really couldn't tell you. They're a bit slower when it comes to doing this kind of thing. But yeah, that's all I've got to say today. Hopefully that will have been some help. Obviously it's not going to solve your problem, but at least hopefully now you'll know that you need to have a credit card associated with your account to be able to download these games. But anyway, as I say, that's that for today, and I will speak to you guys again soon. Bye.